Hello everyone. This is Imtiaz Begum, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, Government First Grade College, Chikbalapur. So today I am going to take the session 13 of Employee Welfare and Social Security of 5th semester, Bangalore North University. So under that I am going to discuss about International Labour Organization. Learning objective of the chapter will be the chapter aims to provide an understanding of International Labour Organization. Session outcome: the student will be able to understand the background, structure, and major activities of ILO. So, to begin with, ILO or International Labour Organization is a United Nations agency whose mandate is to advance social and economic justice through setting international standards. It was founded in October 1919 under the League of Nations. It is the first and the oldest specialized agency of the United Nations. The ILO has 186 out of 193 UN members, state plus Cook Islands. Its headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland, with around 40 field offices around the world and employs some 2,700 staff from over 150 nations, of whom 900 work in technical corporation programs and projects. Structure of ILO. Some of the most important organizational structure of ILO are as follows. First one, International Labour Conference, governing body, International Labour Office. So we'll see one by one. First one, International Labour Conference. This is the apex body of ILO, which makes labor policies for international labor. The International Labour Conference holds its sessions at a frequency not less than once in a year. The delegates from three groups, namely the government, the employers, and the worker, attend ILC session in the ratio of 2 is to 1 is to 1, respectively. Each representative has a vote. The representatives from the government are mostly ministers, diplomats, or officials. The conference is empowered to appoint committees to deal with different matters relating to labor during each session. Example: committees are the selection of committee, the credential committee, the resolution committee, the drafting committee, the finance committee, etc. All committees except finance committee are tripartite in nature. So what are the functions of ILC? First one we have is they formulate international labor standards. They fix the amount of contribution to be paid by the member states. They decide budget and submit the same to the governing body. They study the labor problems submitted by the Director General and assist in their solution. They appoint committees to deal with different problems during its sessions. They elect the president. They select the members of governing body. Next one we have is governing body. It is also a tripartite body. It implements decisions of the ILC with the help of International Labour Organization. It consists of 56 members in the same ratio of 2 is to 1 is to 1. That is 28 representatives of the government, 14 of the employers, and 14 of the workers. Of the 28 representatives of the government, 10 are appointed by the members of the state of chief industrial importance, and remaining 18 are delegates of other government. Industrial population is the criteria for chief industrial importance. India is one of the 10 states of chief industrial importance. The tenure of the office of this body is 3 years. It meets frequently in a year to take decisions on the programs of ILO. The objectives or the functions of the governing body are to coordinate work between ILC and ILO, then to prepare agenda for each session of ILC, then appoint the Director General of the office, then to scrutinize the budget, follow up with member states in regards to implementation of the conventions and recommendations adopted by ILC, then fix the date, duration, schedule, and agenda for the regional conferences, then to seek as and when required advisory opinion from the International Court of Justice with the consent of ILC. Next one we have is International Labour Office. This is the secretariat of the ILO in Geneva and is the third major organ of the ILO. The Director General of ILO is the Chief Executive Officer of the Secretariat, appointed by the governing body. He also serves as the Secretary General of International League Conference. His tenure is for 10 years and extendable by the governing body. The Director General is assisted by two Deputy Director Generals, six Assistant Director Generals, one Director of the International Institute of Labor Studies, and one Director of the International Center for Advanced Technical and Occasional Trainings. Advisors, Chief of Divisions from 100 nations. The following are the main functions of this office: to prepare briefs and documents for agenda of International League Conference, assist the government of the states to form labor legislations based on recommendations of the ILC, then to bring out the publications relating to industrial labor problems of international nature and interest, then to carry out functions relating to the observance of the conventions, then to collect and distribute information on international labor and social problems. Main activities of ILO are national development programs and provisions for unemployment, various aspects of conditions of work like wages, hours weekly rest period, annual holidays with pay, so on. Next one, industrial health, safety and welfare measures. Then protection against child labor. Then protection to trade unionism. Social policy in non-metropolitan areas and concerning indigenous and tribal populations. Few questions I have framed. ILO was founded in October 1919. Major activities of ILO are industrial health, safety and welfare, protection against child labor, protection to trade unions. International Labour Organization has its headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. ILO was set up for the purpose of social and economic justice. The expansion of ILO is International Labour Organization. So thank you very much for your listening. Thank you.